Oh my, what a shot.
How have you done that?
Because I'm class.
Almost like come over to me and I must have played a crap pass, whatever it was. And I always remember you saying, where's the receipt for you? And I was like, he's got a bit about him.
Oh, that's a shot. Oh, that's a shot.
That's the best shot of the day.
That is.
I just burst into tears because I knew how much it meant to my family, how much it meant to me, my wife, my son, all that sort of stuff. And I think that's what football's about. It's about, you know, your family and the sacrifices that they put in for you.
Hello and welcome to a special version of Players Lounge. Today we're going to be having a bit of a conversation with freshly crowned Irish Cup winner Andy Mitchell. We're going to be having a bit of a golf game over 6 holes, a few questions, a chat about his career so far, and hopefully a win for the golf game for me. Andy, welcome to the channel.
Cheers.
Congratulations on winning the Irish Cup.
Thanks very much.
Now I've heard you're a half decent golfer now.
Average.
Handicap of 6, was it?
No, double it.
So we'll play six holes. I'm off 18, so I'm going to give Andy 2 shots on 2 and 5, and we'll just do match play.
100%. Let's go for it.
Do you want me to have the honours?
You have the honours, Johnny.
So it's par 4, drivable.
Strike. Good start.
If I get a hole-in-one on a par 4 on camera.
Good start. In the big wind here, Johnny.
Pardon me?
In the big wind.
On the fairway.
Safe.
It's over. So only one place to start. Obviously Dungannon win the Irish Cup. Yeah. Like a bit crazy to be honest. Like what was the build up to it? What was that like building up to, you know, Dungannon's, you know, first Irish Cup final? I don't know how many years. Was it nerves? Was it pressure? Was it felt good to be just a part of it? What was it like?
To be honest, Johnny, it was excitement. We hadn't been in the cup final from 2007 against Linfield, and you know, obviously we played Bangor in the semi-final, and we knew they were going to be a difficult side to play against. But we sort of got that early enough goal and sort of kept them out, and obviously Dean scored near the end to sort of seal it, and those celebrations after the semi-final win were unbelievable. And then obviously you've still got your league campaign to go before the cup final.
Yeah.
And we've been really good in the league this season, and obviously we wanted to finish strong, and to be fair, we did finish strong. But you've always got your eye on the cup final, the big prize at the end of it. And I think for the people at Dungannon, they were so looking forward to the cup final.
Yeah.
But it was really it was an amazing build-up and just excitement, really.
And even, you know, I think, at least from what I've seen on social media, the whole town, like it felt as if the whole town in Dungannon was just out to support. Did you feel like, you know, it was added pressure? Because like you've played for some big clubs, did you feel added pressure because there was, you know, you weren't supposed to maybe be there and the whole time was kind of, you know, there for it? Or was it more, like you said, just kind of glad to be a part of it and a bit of a privilege that you were able to feel that type of pressure?
Yeah, no, I suppose there is pressure to it, but at the same time, you know, we're going out there and we're representing Tyrone, we're representing Dungannon, and I just think that, you know, over the course of the years that there's been at Dungannon, they've been in the league 20 plus years now, and I think it was just reward for all the work that they've done over the course of the time. And I mean, the day itself was unbelievable from start to finish. You had so many fans there at 10, half 10 in the morning just cheering you off, and you know, it just really gives you that bit of belief that, you know, we're not turning up the Windsor to roll over to Cliftonville.
Yeah. It's not a day out, you're there to win.
It's not a day out, you're there to win.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get the chance that often, and it was definitely instilled in us that, you know, you're going out here today to win, and the prize at the end is unbelievable, which it was. And you know, I think the chance of playing European football as well is just is great again.
That, I mean, the fact that Dungannon are in European football is crazy.
It is,
Right, you are.
Tell me the distance.
Let's see where you are.
Here.
You're further away than I am. That's the main thing.
I know that.
Where's me? You're 135 to the centre.
How much?
135 to the centre. It's a small green to hit.
Let's go 9 into the wind.
No, you don't want to be in those 2 bunkers at the front.
Don't want to be in any bunker today, Johnny, because I am no good out of the bunkers.
That looks alright. Bit left.
Gone long?
Long. You're okay there, just off the back.
Long?
No, you're fine, you're just off the back. Actually, the chance of playing Europe with Dungannon.
Europe and Dungannon's unbelievable. I think looking back on everything, the day itself, winning that cup was the best feeling I've ever experienced in football. Going through your whole career, you dream of winning an Irish Cup. For it to actually happen on such a unbelievable occasion like that, big crowd. I mean, all of Dungannon were there pretty much. Cliftonville brought a fantastic support too, but I think the way the cup final played out, it was a real sort of fairy tale.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously looking back, I think there's only been maybe 2 penalty shootouts in the history of the Irish Cup final.
Yeah.
Dungannon's involved in both of them. Lost one, won one. So I mean, I think it was maybe written for us.
Do you know what's brilliant when Cliftonville scored that late equaliser? I mean, everybody was just thinking the same thing. Was like feeling sorry for Dungannon. But I think that, because obviously then Cliftonville are going to go on and win.
Yeah.
I think that sums up Dungannon's season, is just defying the odds, consistently.
Our mentality all season has just been to not give up, to sort of be competitive in every game. We were competitive in the cup final.
What drives that? Is that Rodney driving that? Is that the players? By the way, what a shot!
That's a fantastic shot. Rod drives it, but the players buy into it, and it's a collective thing. So, unbelievable.
What's Rodney like to work for? I've never worked for him. Was he there? Have you worked with him before?
Yeah, Rod was there when I was first at the Swifts. Maybe 9-10 years ago. Decent, Johnny.
Got a
decent. You're just going to go 8 iron there, really bump and run it, but good shot.
Always go high. Listen, don't you be giving me golf lessons, you're off the back. So even for Rodney, it seems like everything about it was like a sports movie. His whole life being dedicated to Dungannon, but you can really feel, even everybody speaking after the game is just always so complimentary towards Rod. He's clearly such a huge part of all of the players' lives, and he drives that buy-in from everybody.
100%. The respect that he's held in is immense. I mean, he's such a hands-on coach.
Yeah.
In terms of being on the training pitch, taking sessions, and I think players like that. Players like that sort of manager, coach, first team coach, whatever you want to call it, who's always there. And he's been a player himself. He knows the score. He knows how players work, and I think that's important.
There you are there, mate. See, the whole way back out.
The whole way back?
The whole way back out, mate.
Aye, right. Let's see what we've got.
Now, you probably want to be landing it about here. I'd say.
Long. Not a good start. Oh!
A bird to start would have been lovely. Hold on, tap in.
I thought you'd done it.
Isn't that par? 1, 2.
Good 4.
4. How many have you hit?
This is me. This is my 4th.
So the half a hole.
Yeah.
I can't see you making it.
Wee bump.
Get out. Yes. 1 up, Johnny.
1 up. Cheers, bud.
Still got the big stick. And I'm 1 up today.
I'm going to have to chase you here.
And I get a shot here because you play off 9, which I'm starting to like. That you've given me a couple of shots. Let's pipe one up the middle. Oh, that's pushed right. I'll be okay though. I'll be okay. Opens up a lot to the right.
So right's safe enough there?
Right's safe enough. There's a bit of trees, but there's another fairway there for 18, so it's not too bad. Made up.
Right.
That's very right. Did you say your handicap was 9 or 95?
Not a good start, mate. Not a good start. How far right's that?
It is, it's quite right. I think you'll get it. Like Dungannon as a club in general. So that's where you started your career. It's 10 years ago? How old are you now?
31. So yeah, I'd have been, I was there when I was about 19.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a good while ago.
What's like compare Dungannon then when you broke in to what it's like now? What do you see as the big differences? Or do you not see many big differences?
I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of difference in terms of the way that the club is run or the way that things are done. We've obviously attracted probably better players over the time. That's not to say that the players that played with 10, 11 years ago are any worse. It's just, I think football changes.
Yeah.
And we're sort of getting younger players in, hungry players.
It seems every year Dungannon have some new 17-year-old who I've never heard of before that's all of a sudden, being linked with somebody for 70 grand.
Yeah, the youth system's brilliant, and that comes from Dungannon United Youth. Obviously Joe McAree's head of that. But every year, yeah, you're right, there's somebody sort of coming through that has got that potential. Rodney's the right person to be there to sort of get that out of them. I suppose this year, well, in previous years, we've got Tomas Galvin, who plays up front, and I just look at Galvin. Galvin could be playing across the water. I think he's a fantastic player. Yeah. So strong, and he knows where the net is, and I think this season he's going to be a huge player for us. Obviously with John leaving, I think Tomas can come in and sort of fill that. And
do you, what type of role do you take at the club now? Obviously you're the experienced one now.
Older now.
Yeah, you're the old one.
Yeah.
You've been around the league for 10 years. Do you kind of see yourself as that person that changes them that can maybe be someone that the younger ones can turn to?
Hopefully. I probably never thought that I would get to this stage where I am 30, 31 still playing, just with injuries and different things, which has been difficult.
Tell me about it.
I know. But yeah, hopefully I can be sort of that person that can give them a bit of advice and help them along, because at the end of the day, you and me both know our football career is very short, and you have to enjoy it and make the most of it when you can. Yeah. And I just kind of want to let the young lads nowadays know that when you've got this chance, take it with both hands and don't let it pass you by.
That's a strike.
I think it should be alright.
You're okay there. Just need to take my medicine. I have a shot here, remember, Andy?
Yeah. Good.
You feel that you compare the league from when you broke in? Because if I remember right, you scored an absolute bucket load from when you first broke through.
Yeah.
What do you find the difference in the standard of the league in terms of both obviously the players as well as the style of play now compared to kind of what suits your game? Did you find it easier back then playing? Or do you find it easier now that you've got a bit more experience? Now, obviously it's not easy, I'm not saying that.
Yeah. I think I think experience is massive. Like I think I started back in maybe 2012, possibly, and I would say fitness now is much better.
Yeah.
I think the quality of player. I know this year there's been a lot said about the quality of the league, but I still think technically wise, you know, players are very, very good now. But yeah, like back when you think about it, there was some really, really good teams and really good players. But I think with experience, it does benefit you.
You can play a little bit smarter.
You do play smarter.
Yeah.
I think you have to. Obviously, when you come to 30, 31, the younger boys around you can sort of do a bit of running for you.
Yeah, that's where you experience one. You just want the young ones doing your running.
Yeah.
All right, I'm 100 to the front here. I think I could stick this close. I'm beside you.
Short.
Yep.
Easy.
So I've hit one extra. We're in the same place, but I have a shot, so we're pretty sweet.
Is this your local?
This is my local Royal Green Acres. That's what we call it.
Royal
but yeah,
Green Acres.
And thank you to Green Acres for allowing us to come out and play in your beautiful course today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm 5 minutes from here.
Not too far.
It's great because, like, even in the evenings, you know, I don't really get the time to play, but you can then just play 6 holes. I've been trying to do that a little bit more since I retired, is just play a bit more golf and spend a bit more time with the family. But you'd be surprised, Andy, once you stop playing, you think you're going to have all this time, and then
you don't.
I was thinking I was going to have all this time to, I'll get down to scratch within a year.
Yeah.
But the handicap's actually went up since I stopped.
Well, I think that's the one thing I'm probably dreading, is having to eventually retire. You don't want it to happen, but I've had the time where literally it was going to be you're retiring, like, and that's 2-3 seasons ago when I was at Coleraine.
That was with your leg, wasn't it?
Yeah, but without my mum, my dad, I wouldn't be playing anymore, because I obviously had to fund the operation myself.
And what was it happening? Did you have a clot?
So I had a blood clot in my pelvis that was sort of going towards my lung, which I didn't obviously know about until I got an MRI scan. And then I couldn't do anything for 4 months. So I was on blood thinners for about 4 months. And then I sort of came back in the January, February time and trained a couple of sessions, but my groin still wasn't right. So I then had to sort of source where I could get an operation done, and the only guy that could do the operation for me was in London. So I just had to fund it myself, basically.
That's crazy.
Which was extremely difficult, but I just didn't want to retire. I didn't feel like it was done. I was 29. I know you probably retired at 29, but at that stage I just felt I can go on a bit more. And without my family, like I wouldn't be playing. I wouldn't have won an Irish Cup.
And which is probably the pinnacle of your career. You know,
pinnacle of career.
That wouldn't have happened unless.
Wouldn't have happened unless you had your family, and that's why your family is so important.
Yeah.
I'm extremely thankful for them for helping me out. And listen,
I'm sure it was very emotional when you just won the cup over with your family.
It was. Obviously, we're standing at the side, and when Decky saves the penalty, I just remember running. And I fell over, like, because of a big cut in my knee. I didn't cut it during the game. I just fell over and I just burst into tears, because I knew how much it meant to my family, how much it meant to me, my wife, my son, all that sort of stuff. And I think that's what football's about. It's about, you know, your family and the sacrifices that they put in for you. So yeah, it was.
It's so true, especially, you know, you've got a wee son as well. Like my best memories of football is, you know, seeing my dad after a game, or like all my family being up in the car going away to play somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like when you do eventually stop, you look back about, you know, what did I actually love about football.
Yeah.
So much of it was about just spending time with my family together.
That's it.
Right, let's hit some golf shots.
Yep.
Right, so we're basically having a chip off. You're over there.
And I'm a shot ahead.
Yeah. Well, we're both basically the same.
Yeah. That's nice, Johnny.
I'll take it.
It's good. Get up.
That's all right.
It's on the dance floor. Hit the thing.
Oh, he's left a wee bit.
Hit the thing.
Oh no.
You've got the road of the greens, you know the pace here, don't you? I haven't a clue.
I just leave a putt there. Ah, well then, just put under a wee bit of pressure there. So for the half?
For the half.
Half a hole.
Sinks it.
Still one up.
Still one up.
Right, par 3, 159 to the middle.
159.
Probably 145 to the front.
Okay.
If you land it at the front, it'll run down.
This.
Water on the right now, so, and I'm one up.
Yep.
Oh. That could be in the water.
That could be watery.
Get down short.
Short of it. You are just okay. Just okay.
Oh, I love that.
Just stay left.
Come round, could be in the bunker.
Get up.
Off the back?
I think it's bunker.
Yeah.
I think.
So, after you were a kid at Dungannon, obviously you were banging them in. A lot of big clubs came looking you. If I remember right, you were going to sign for Linfield, but they wouldn't let you play cricket? Or was that just a Irish League Forum rumour?
No, well, obviously that time I was heavily involved in cricket at my hometown club, Warringstown, and we were doing really well. Sort of won every trophy.
Yeah.
And I was sort of head of coaching with my brother, so I couldn't commit to doing, you know, a Monday night as well, because that was the coaching night. But yeah, obviously I'd spoken to Linfield, I'd spoken to a number of teams, but you know, Glenavon was the one team that obviously I'd started out at, and I felt like I had sort of unfinished business there and wanted to go back and sort of see how it went. And to be fair, you know, the couple of seasons that I was there, we finished third, got Europe once, and obviously missed out in a European playoff against Glentoran at Mornview.
Do you have any regrets about maybe not going to Linfield, or?
I suppose you look back on it, you could have won maybe 3-4 Irish League titles, you could have won Irish Cups, but you can't really live your life with regrets. You know, you're on this path for a reason. I was told to go on this path of going to Glenavon and Glentoran and Coleraine and obviously back to Dungannon. That was just, I think that's planned out for me. So
how's that conversation go when you meet with Linfield and you say, look, can't do Mondays because, you know, I'm coaching cricket?
Yeah, no, like obviously I'd spoken to David and he was understanding of it. Obviously, you know, we've all got careers outside of football, and I was going into teaching that year. Obviously, I'm still in the same school now, so I think that was a part of it too.
Yeah, I suppose you look back, all these teams are full time now anyway. You wouldn't have been able to, whenever they went full time, to do that anyway. So
no, I wouldn't have, and I suppose I was just kind of looking out for myself in my career, because I know how short a career in football can be, and you're one injury away from from having nothing really.
Yeah.
And you sort of have to look after yourself.
Yeah, I think that's like there's a lot of people that are our age that if all the changes about the Irish League now, you know, came about 10 years ago, you'd wonder what would have happened to a lot of people, like, because, you know, everybody kind of our age has a career as well.
I think it's important to have that career.
But it's you can't if you're a full time. It's hard. You can't.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
even the younger lads now, they've got to get themselves an education and sort of have that.
That being said, if I was 17, I wanted to live the life of like just playing fresh football, I probably would have never, you know.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Right. Oh. Get round. No, that's not super.
That's good.
But it's on the green.
That's good.
Right, go get yours in the bunker.
So I think I'm bunker.
Thank you. Do many of the boys at Dungannon play golf, Mitch?
There's a few boys who play, yeah. The two Scott brothers would play. John obviously played. They had the sort of had our end of season awards dinner there a couple of weeks ago. I was away, but they all sort of went out and played on the Saturday or the Sunday, I think it was. So yeah, it is good. It is good.
That's
not a good shot here.
Take a look at that lie there, David. That is down slope.
Down slope.
It's good to be two up, Mitch.
Two up. That's horrific.
That's horrendous. That is horrendous. Yeah, David, walk back a bit because you're gonna get sandy.
How do you get your stance here? Like, don't even know how to play it.
Here, tell you what, that's not bad.
Sit.
That's actually very good.
All right.
You're closer than I am. Now the question is, did you mean to rib it like that?
What do you say?
Did you mean to rib it like that?
I had to hit it low. Had to go low. I couldn't get underneath it.
Right, I'm gonna go ahead and putt here because there's people waiting.
It's a good roll, Johnny.
You've a putt to win, two putts to half it. Oh, as the rain's coming on.
Maybe it was firmer this time. Sit.
I'm gonna have to see that. Putt for the half.
Big one, this.
Would you like me to take a flag out?
I'll keep it in. Need to rattle it.
Well in. Still one up.
On the next.
We're on hole, well, I think the rain's going to stay off here, but we're in hole 4. Dog leg right.
Par what?
I'm still.
Par 4, par 5?
Par 4.
Par 4.
The line's just a bit of a fade over that bunker there. Left is bad, right's okay. So. That's okay.
Right's okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's perfect. That's perfect. Shot, Mitch. The end of your time at Glentoran, I can't really remember, but I can remember it getting a little bit sour. Is that right? For maybe some of the fans, or am I misremembering that wrong? Or remembering that wrong?
I wouldn't say sour. I would say like the first 2 seasons you had scored 20 goals, and second season maybe scored 15, and we'd done really well for Glentoran to finish third was great.
Yeah.
And then it was 2019. I was married that summer and sort of away for a couple of weeks in honeymoon and missed a bit of pre-season, and again we probably didn't start the season that well, and I'd picked up sort of a bit of a niggling injury in my back, and I didn't really play a whole pile, only scored a couple of goals, and obviously then when Glenavon's my hometown club, you are asked off a lot of questions about why you're not winning and whatnot. And
More's expected.
More's expected. And I was probably still very naive and young at that stage. I was only maybe 23, 24, and I didn't really... I suppose taking criticism is difficult. I've learned to take it an awful lot better now. But maybe at the time, I let it beat me up far too much. I think it's maybe when it's your own people, who you maybe see on the street on a regular basis. It's difficult.
They are going, you're not trying, or stuff like that, and it's like, you have no idea.
No, like
how hard I am.
there's nobody trying probably more than me to try and turn things around. But listen, that's just football, and sometimes you have to move and you have to do something different. And I just felt at that time like it was taking its toll on me. It was taking its toll on my family, and I just didn't like some of the things probably that were being said about me and my parents hearing that.
Yeah.
My mum and dad goes to the games. My dad would always have went. Obviously my wife and my brothers and stuff. My brother would have went, and I found it difficult. I was embarrassed almost, and I just felt at that time that I needed to do something different and go and challenge myself. And I think Glentoran was on the crest of a wave really that year. Obviously.
Well, I guess Wendy was the contact there for you to get there.
Yeah, me and Wendy had a really good relationship at Glenavon. Obviously, from when I was first there as a kid at 17 or 18, he was there too, and he'd always sort of kept in contact and looked after me. But I just knew it was a chance I couldn't really turn down.
My memory because you're right, that was when I had signed that year, that summer, and that was after Alipur had taken over. I can actually remember me and Cameron Stewart were the first signings after a millionaire takeover.
Trained Billy Neal, didn't you?
Yeah, how underwhelming's that? This new millionaire takeover, and we got them. We didn't make too many big signings in the summer, but then in January, obviously everything had settled, and we brought in loads. We brought in you, Shannon Clucas,
Big Davey.
Big Davey, that's right. Big Davey. Well, that was his.
Don't ask me. Lithuanian. Don't ask me how to pronounce it.
So this is the Lithuanian guy the striker that we signed. He lived in a house somewhere in East Belfast that had no kitchen, and he had takeaway every single night for dinner the whole time he was here, which is only about 2 months.
Yeah, you didn't get much out of him. Like his English wasn't great. But
I can remember when you come in and we had been flying, and you signed, and I think the problem was they tried to put basically all the new signings into the team straight away. Like your first game was away to Institute, if I remember right.
Yeah, Institute, and we won 1-2-0.
Yeah, and there was like 6-7 new signings. All
big Keith Khan scored.
Yeah.
We'd done well. I remember coming off that game, and obviously we were top of the league at the time.
But I can remember how excited Mick was about having you there. The whole speech. I mean, I'll be honest, you took my place in the team. I was only starting to get into the team, and then
I always remember in my first training session on the Thursday night, obviously you were there, and we were doing like a wee rondo or whatever, and the ball must have come over to me, and I must have played a crap pass, whatever it was, and I always remember you saying, "Where's the receipt for you?" And I was like, he's got a bit about him. I like him. But yeah, I suppose we all did come in. Rory obviously came in at that time, but myself, Keelan Marin obviously was in too, but we were cup tied.
Yeah.
So those sort of first...
Best ever, it meant I got to win an Irish Cup.
You got to win the Irish Cup and I'm sitting on the stand, but yeah, no, like we were obviously cup tied, and you used to play Queen's, couldn't play. I think we played Glenavon. We couldn't play against Glenavon, there was sort of that gentleman's agreement. So between January and COVID
happened.
I think I played 3-4 games max.
Yeah.
And then it's never easy that way. Like, when
it's so hard to kind of get any new club to kind of get in. Never mind the fact that you're cup tied, and then with the COVID ending the season. Did like the next year then with Glentoran? You stayed, I think, one more full season. Is that right? I left then.
Yeah, so we played Europe. We played Motherwell and that Faroe Island team.
Yep.
Stayed that year, and then we played TNS the following season. So it sort of about two seasons.
Do you think Glentoran is the biggest club that you've played for?
Yeah, 100%. They're a massive club, like, you know, the support that they have is huge. This is you.
That's me. I've got a wee. I mean, I should probably
that's me slightly further ahead.
I'm not going to. A wee low fibre.
You could play safe here.
I could, but I'm not going to. I don't have a shot.
No.
If I had a shot, I'd play safe, but because you have a shot, so listen, there's no point in playing safe. Oh my, what a shot.
How have you done that?
Because I'm class.
How have you done that?
That's
a shot.
That's pretty good.
That's a shot.
Right, you're up. You're just a wee bit ahead here.
Right, gotta attack it then.
You're gonna have to.
Have you got a distance for me?
Now, if I tell you the right distance or not, that's the thing. You are.
Don't say it's a pitch. Maybe slightly less.
No, watch, it's just died. You're 170. No, we're in hole 4.
Maybe 170.
116 to the middle.
Right, sandwich.
Oh no.
Haven't hit that well.
Nope. There's a big tree you hit there. I'll make a good clip.
Poor lie.
Right, you're over the right here. Would you say the Glens is, like when you look back at that, do you think that was just a bit of a weird time with COVID and the signings at the Glens? Like, do you look at that a bit of a weird time? Or any, I know you said earlier about no regret, but think maybe the chips just didn't fall for you the way that they maybe could have?
Yeah, probably didn't. Obviously, I was part-time as well.
Yes, true.
I wasn't a full-time player, so I think that was probably always going to go against me in a way.
So how did you find, like when that was me, we trained like every day, but I think it was like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I went to work first and then I came. You were probably doing the same.
Yeah.
I find that really hard.
I found it difficult because I felt within school I was probably doing them a disservice because I was leaving school at literally 3:10.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really, and I was doing that Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it was. And I felt like, you know, I'm not giving my best here because I had to get down the road. And that just really took its toll on me over the course of time, and I was just like, I can't do it anymore. School is my bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's my full-time job. And then obviously when you're a part-time player in a full-time environment, the full-time players tend to play.
Yeah.
Which I understood. But yeah, no, I don't look back on it with any regrets. I've went there, I've enjoyed it, met good people.
And like you point to you,
like, but obviously played in Europe and stuff too. Was brilliant.
See that year we played Motherwell, I didn't play in the first game. The second game we go over to Motherwell, and Wendy and Mick take me into the room before we're going to go across.
I remember it.
Takes me into the room, show me on the iPad the left back, going, look how slow he is. He's so slow.
Yeah.
You're going to get at him. You're going to go down the line. I'm thinking, I'm going to play here and go back and tell Cameron, I think I'm starting, right? Get to the ground. Wasn't starting, wasn't on the bench.
Wasn't.
I think Wendy just done that to take a mick out of me. Like,
I don't know. Like, that Motherwell game was an interesting one. Like, you know, if Shannon probably hadn't have got sent off, it would have been interesting.
Right, you're 75 from a green here. I'm one up as well. Just to let you know.
Let me know. I am playing dreadful golf here.
Listen, when you're around greatness, sometimes it makes you feel a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
So after Glentoran and Coleraine.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's probably fair to say Glentoran hasn't went amazingly. Didn't go badly, but hasn't went probably amazingly.
Yeah.
Get a bit of a chance at Coleraine then, still a huge club.
Yep.
Didn't really seem to work out perfectly there too. I mean, I think for the amount of minutes and games you played, you probably scored a decent amount of goals, but you know, it just didn't really seem to be able to nail down a regular place. You talked a little bit earlier about the blood clot. But
Yep.
was there other factors you think around Coleraine? Was it just not maybe it didn't suit your style of play? And how do you look back on that time?
Well, I think obviously going back to probably at Glentoran where I'd had an issue with my groin, and I'd sort of got that all cleared up, and it was 100%. And then I'd sort of signed for Coleraine in January, and about March time I played against Dungannon, and I felt it go again, and I sort of knew that I was in trouble. And then I got another injection and came back again in the pre-season, and then I felt it again, and I was like, I need something more than an injection to sort of fix it. And then got an MRI, and then that was kind of when all of that stuff. Yeah. So it was a difficult time. I just never really got a run of games. The people were great. I have friends for life. Obviously the boys that I travel with, Carsey and Deansy, Rod and Chevy, still very close to them, and to be fair, they helped me through probably the most difficult point in my career. Going up the road with them, you spend so much time with people in the car.
Yeah.
Especially me and Deansy we're traveling an hour and a half, and got to know each other really well, and they were a massive support. And it's underestimated, I suppose, in football how much your fellow teammates can help
for
you.
me, that's the best part. That really is the best part. Right.
Is it still me?
Yeah, it's you. I've had 2, you've had 3?
I've had 3. I'll chip in for 4 here, it's alright.
Oh, you've ribbed it.
I've went for an 8-iron low, and I've played it dreadfully.
I think I might just wrap up a sole here. Oh, I've done the same.
Oh, you...
See, when you aim for the pin,
honestly,
you get lucky like that.
Honestly.
That's amazing.
I thought you were going over the wall there.
Amazing. Oh, what a great sport.
That could have done it for you here.
Yeah, that ball was about to be out of bounds. So, I've had 3, you've had 4.
Yeah, this kind of needs to drop here.
And I have a hard putt.
Sit.
Not bad.
Tell you one thing, this rain break has not helped me one bit.
The what, the rain?
The rain's not helped me.
I think I was winning before the rain came on.
You were.
I've just bent down there and I've just felt my hammy.
Hit it, Johnny. Hit it.
Uh-oh.
Safe.
So I've hit 4.
4.
You've hit?
I've hit 5.
So if I putt this, it's game.
Yeah.
Or mat, or hole.
Have I hit 5? Yeah.
I think so. I think you've got this putt for the half.
Yeah.
I'll count up now.
That was tight.
I'm 1, 2 to there.
So this for a half.
3, 4. Yeah, I got 6.
Hold that.
Get in, 2 up. 2 up. Brilliant. So another par 4. I mean, you're kind of safe right and left, Andy.
Yeah.
Right, there's some trees, you might get a bit unlucky. Left is the same, but there's a lot of room both sides. You can't really go OB here. Famous last words.
Strike, Johnny.
Oh, that's me.
Down the middle.
So I'm 2 up, 2 to play. You have to win this hole or else it's game.
Yeah.
Here, and I've just remembered I've got a shot here. Because you were playing off 9.
I'm not off.
Do you know
9,
something? Do you know
I'm
something,
not
Andy?
nowhere near
Listen,
9.
I'm a good
nowhere
sport.
near it.
I'm a good sport. I'll take away my shot. I haven't needed it. We can just go straight up.
Right. That's right.
Right, but you'll be okay. So you finished it, like, you know, you went to Glentoran, went to Coleraine. From the outside looking in, looked as if the career was kind of, you know, going
One way.
going one way, maybe the way that mine was starting to go.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like we talked about it a bit earlier, Dungannon has just, you know, rejuvenated your career.
Yeah.
I think you're one of the top strikers in the Irish League again. Was there any part of you that doubted that you could get back here?
Obviously, during the dark times of, you know, coming back, you just always doubt yourself that you're ever going to be what you were before or anywhere close to it. But I just sort of got to the point where, like, I had a lot of people to prove things to.
You're back up a wee bit.
Yep, and got me back up, and I knew that. Obviously, I'd spoken to Rodney and always kept in contact with him, and you know, obviously he was there at Glentoran with me, and I always knew that I wanted to go back to Dungannon at some point, and I felt it was the right time. I felt he was building a really good squad of players, young but experienced as well, and I think it's proven that, you know, sometimes you have to go back to what you know, and you're comfortable there, and I'm so comfortable at Dungannon in a good way. It's not like, you know, it's easy. It's not easy. It's a challenge, but it's the people around the club that make it, you know, successful, I think, and people always speak so highly of it. I mean, it's such a good club that looks after every single player.
Yeah.
And I think obviously the Irish Cup success this year is testament to that, and all the people that have been, you know, with the club for so many years deserve it.
It's like a reward for them.
It's a reward for them.
Yeah, for all the years.
They're unsung heroes. They're people that you don't see, and I'm so thankful that of the support that they've given us as a squad of players to do anything for you.
Yeah.
And I think the least that we could do as a team was to go out, you know, at Windsor and put on a performance, which I think we did.
Going, you know, you're 31. Do you see yourself being Dungannon the rest of your career? Do you like as you start to get older? You know, hopefully you can play at top level for as long as as long as you want. But would you want to drop down and play amateur league with your friends as you get older, or would you want to kind of, you know, stop while, you know, at the top, say with Dungannon?
Listen, you can never control what happens, but I'd love to stay at Dungannon until I finish.
You finish?
Yeah, I mean that would be.
You're not looking for another move again here?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. You know, my wee man loves coming down to the Swifts and watching every other week or whenever we're at home. He'll come to the away games, and for me, that's the most important thing, is seeing your family, you know, enjoying it, especially whenever you have a wee boy. It's special.
Yeah.
Able to walk out with him at the cup final, I'll never forget it. I know he'll probably not forget it either. He's at a good age where he will remember things, but no, hopefully I'll retire there, and maybe, I don't know, if I can get through another 4 or 5 years, I'll be buzzing.
You're 180 to the middle here, mate. You're 2 down, remember? And if you lose the ball, you lose the match. So yeah, there's a bit of pressure here.
Big pressure. Right, let's go 7. And try
See the flag?
Yeah, straight ahead.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of the fairway as well.
There's always a chance you rip it too.
Oh, that's a shot. Oh, that's a shot.
That's the best shot of the day.
That is.
Could be close.
You're, I think, at the back of the green.
187 iron, Johnny. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty good.
You have to pull out a clutch moment every now and again.
What do you like to do when you're off in the summer, Andy? Do you like to play a bit of golf?
Play golf, but I mean, I haven't really played an awful pile, as you can see. it's difficult to get the time, but summertime when it does come along here is when I'll try and get out in the course and play a wee bit.
Are you going? When are you going back to? I assume you're back in a little bit earlier because you have.
We're back training on Tuesday night here.
You're back training Tuesday night.
Yeah, so we've had 4.5 weeks, maybe 5 weeks now off. But yeah, Tuesday night.
That honestly sucks.
Yeah, it's an early start, but it's one of those things.
Can you see you in the green there?
I can't. I'm probably saying I could be in the bunker. I don't know.
We're 120 to the front. That could be good.
Safety shot, good shot.
That's a good shot.
Good shot. I'm struggling here.
Yeah, are you under a bit of pressure?
I'm under pressure. I've got to get this. I've got to hold this. I don't even know where I am. Yeah, so we're back sort of Tuesday.
Do you enjoy the training?
I do. When I was younger, I probably enjoyed it less. But as I get older,
as the years have gone on, pre-season has got better.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, as if I'm a 30-year pro, but like even at the start of mine, it was a lot more just old school.
I'll run around lakes or run around parks, and I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that.
Who's the fittest person at Dungannon?
The fittest? It would have been John. John would have been up there. Who's the fittest? Probably likes of Leon Boyd or something. Like Leon's rapid, but he just keeps running. Stevie Scott. Okay. We Duracell bunny. So much energy and great player.
Do you think John will be successful at League of Ireland?
I think John will. Yeah, I think John's a really good player, really good fella. He's a good work ethic in him. So much power and pace, and he does have an eye for a goal. And I think League of Ireland's going to suit him.
Yeah,
League of Ireland's going to suit him, and I really hope he does well because he deserves it. He's had a really good season. Again, somebody who's had injury problems, but has proven that he can do it at the top. And cup final goal, Irish Cup winner. He's going at a good time, and I do wish him all the best. And I think he will be a success down there.
So you're at the top here. We've both hit the same shots. That was a great shot by you from where you were.
Yeah.
I hate these short chips.
Just get right through it and just watch the bunker at the back.
Yeah.
Right?
But if we tie the hole, I win.
I know.
Just so you know. But I really hit this shot. Just try and put the toe up a wee bit and just put it. It's not great. It's not great. Andy, for the hole.
It's got to get down that hill.
Chance here. I'll go
left myself a tricky one. What have you hit? 3?
We've both hit 3. We're both going for power. This is a tricky enough putt. I won't line her up. There's people coming. This is for the match.
Knock her in.
So you have a putt to keep the match going. If you miss, I win. This is pressure, mate.
Left to right.
This is real pressure.
Left to right. Fraser wins it.
Andy, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Good luck in Europe. Good luck next year with Dungannon. I'm sure I'll see you scoring lots of goals.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.